When 2026 began, J.J. Redick had a vague timeline. He mentioned the team finding its championship identity by the end of January. That time has now passed, and his star player has a blunt assessment of the Los Angeles Lakers' identity. It comes after a definitive 110-119 loss to the reigning champs, the Oklahoma City Thunder, who were shorthanded and missing their MVP. LeBron James' comments can be seen as a message to the new owner, Mark Walter, and the front office. While the Lakers organization has recently looked toward the back-to-back champion Los Angeles Dodgers, also owned by Walter and Lakers legend Magic Johnson, as a blueprint for sustained excellence, James made it clear that the basketball side of the ledger is currently worlds apart from that championship standard. He specifically hyped Lou Dort, Cason Wallace, Alex Caruso, and Jalen Williams, along with OKC's defensive prowess, while admitting that the Lakers' late-game execution failed. "You want me to compare us to them?" James scoffed at the reporters who asked how the Lakers stand in comparison to OKC. "That's a championship team right there, we're not," James stated flatly. He pointed to a specific glaring deficiency that has plagued the Lakers throughout the season: the inability to maintain a high level of play across all four quarters. And with Luka Doncic sidelined, their closing has been weaker. "We can't sustain energy and effort for 48 minutes, and they can. That's why they won a championship." While it's esteemed praise for OKC coming from King James, it's a harsh comment on his own team's drawbacks. It comes during a change of guard and Mark Walter's plans to transform the Lakers. J.J. Redick, too, didn't mince words after this loss. In the head coach's opinion, the Lakers didn't put up a worthy fight against the defending champions. "I think when you play the best teams, and Oklahoma City is clearly, they're the best team, you have to have a really high level of effort and you have to have a really high level of execution. So, it's got to be both," Redick said. "And I thought for the most part our effort was fantastic. And in key stretches of the game, our execution wasn't great." Rob Pelinka's Dodgers blueprint versus the Lakers' current struggles. This commentary is neither new nor a late-season epiphany for the head coach and star player. Showtime Lakers icon Magic Johnson has gone on record about the Lakers' execution woes on defense and beyond the arc for months. Hopefully, Mark Walters is listening to his business partner as well as the faces of the Lakers organization. Walters, who overhauled the near-bankrupt Dodgers and turned them into a championship squad, has embarked on a similar blueprint for the Lakers. Lakers GM Rob Pelinka said last Saturday, "It's been great to have sort of outside allies and advocates looking at the Dodgers and the success they've had and what they've built over there, and being able to tap into a person like Andrew Friedman for best practices." Andrew Friedman is the president of baseball operations and was one of Walters' first hires when he took over the Dodgers in 2014. Through Friedman, Walters brought in athletic development to a struggling team and built them into a consistent, deep machine. However, as James noted, the sustained effort required to compete with a team like OKC is currently missing in the Lakers. While the Lakers stuck to James' no-trade clause, there's no telling what will happen after this season concludes. So his message to Pelinka is likely a signal that the current squad lacks the stamina and depth to meet Dodger-like aspirations. The arena lights were still bright, but the mood felt dimmer than the final score suggested. A loss is a loss in the NBA, routine, even expected across an 82-game grind. Yet this one lingered. The Oklahoma City Thunder hadn't just beaten LeBron James' team, they had exposed something deeper, something structural. And when LeBron spoke afterward, it wasn't with the fire of a superstar upset over missed calls or cold shooting nights. It was colder than that. Sharper. A reality check. For Mark Walter, the billionaire power broker whose influence now stretches across modern sports like a shadow cast by a setting sun, LeBron's words landed heavy. This wasn't just about one bad night. This was about direction. LeBron has seen everything. Dynasties built, dynasties crumble. Locker rooms united by belief, others poisoned by silence. He has been the prodigy, the villain, the savior, and the elder statesman. When he talks now, it's not noise, it's signal. And after the Thunder loss, the signal was clear: talent alone is no longer enough. The Thunder played like a team from the future. Young, fearless, synchronized. They didn't wait for permission. They moved the ball, trusted each other, defended with purpose, and attacked weaknesses without hesitation. Meanwhile, LeBron's side, loaded with experience, star power and expectations, looked reactive. A half-step slow. A beat late on rotations. Moments of brilliance drowned out by long stretches of disconnection. That's when LeBron shifted the conversation. "This league doesn't wait on anybody anymore," he said, his voice steady but unmistakably pointed. "If you don't build the right way, you get exposed." It wasn't hard to read between the lines. Mark Walter represents the modern ownership class, Wealthy, strategic, accustomed to winning off the court.
In many sports, that's enough.
Hire the smartest people. Spend aggressively.
Let the machine run.
But basketball, especially today's NBA, is more intimate than that. It's chemistry.
Timing. Trust.
A shared understanding that can't be bought, only built. LeBron's reality check wasn't personal, but it was unmistakably direct. The Thunder loss didn't expose a lack of stars. It exposed an identity problem. What is this team supposed to be when things get hard? Oklahoma City knew. They leaned into youth, speed, and hunger. They accepted growing pains years ago and stayed the course. Now, they play with the confidence of a group that knows exactly who they are. Every cut had meaning. Every defensive switch had intent. They weren't just playing basketball, they were executing a vision. LeBron's team, by contrast, felt like a collection of answers still searching for the right question. That's the issue LeBron has been circling for years, subtly at first, now more openly.
You can't shortcut culture.
You can't fast-forward cohesion. And you certainly can't expect experience to cover for systemic flaws forever. At 40, LeBron is no longer interested in sugarcoating reality. His clock is loud now, ticking not just for his career, but for the credibility of the project around him. Losses like this don't sting because of the standings. They sting because they reveal truth. After the game, when asked about adjustments, LeBron didn't talk about schemes or rotations. He talked about habits. That stuff shows up when it matters, he said. Teams like that, a nod to the Thunder, they've been building those habits for a while. Message received. For Mark Walter, the implication was unavoidable. Vision has to be clearer. Patience has to be smarter. And leadership can't live solely in boardrooms and balance sheets. Basketball leadership is daily, messy, uncomfortable. It's choosing continuity over splash. Development over desperation. LeBron wasn't asking for miracles. He was demanding alignment. The irony is that the Thunder loss may end up being more valuable than a narrow win ever could be. It stripped away illusions. It forced a mirror into the room. And LeBron, never one to shy away from hard truths, held it up without flinching. This is the NBA now. Young teams aren't waiting their turn. They're taking it. And legends like LeBron understand that the only way to keep pace isn't by chasing the future, it's by building it correctly. As the locker room emptied and the noise faded, one thing remained clear: this wasn't just a post-game quote. It was a warning. And whether Mark Walter and the rest of the power structure listen may define far more than a single season. Because in today's NBA, exposure isn't accidental. It's earned. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share.
Till next time.